And I said, all right. I said, show me, God, what you have in this wind. And he said, see, when you follow the wind, it's no longer about us anymore. Right. It's about following him, following his heart, and following his wind. And the wind to me represents his presence. Because when his presence shows up, you can feel it. You can't see it with your natural eye, but you can feel it and you know that it exists. And it's just like the wind. You know, you feel the wind, but you can't see it with your physical eyes, but you know it exists. And so the Lord was telling me about this, and he said, talk about my glory. And it's so funny because my son Peter had no idea what we were going to be talking about tonight. And he did this song called The Glory. Yeah. And the Lord just took me on this trail today of what we needed to bring to this place. Because this place is very special to him. Amen. And when I came off the car, exactly what Pete was saying, I just saw the lineage that was attached to this property and this place. And there were so many powerful people in the lineage of your family, even the founders of this place, that were amazing and powerful people. And I'm honored just to be here tonight, to just see the lineage and just to see how powerful God is in a family. Amen. And in how knitted the family is, and how knitted God just went from generation to generation to generation. And the Lord was just showing me your heart. And he was just telling me, that everything you did never went unnoticed. Every sacrifice, you're very determined. And I saw your spirit, man. And you're like this determined person. And you're a person who takes ground. And you walk onto a place and you say, God, this is going to be mine. That's what you did here on this property. You stepped on it, and the Lord showed me you in the spirit, and he said, you walked on it, and you said, this is going to be mine one day. And you said, and it wasn't, God blessed you with so much more than you ever expected, because you were okay with just so much. But then the Lord came and he blessed you with so much more, and he blew you away with his goodness. And so, I just want to honor you tonight for your sacrifice and everything you've done. I don't know you, but God knows you, and he showed me you in the spirit and how you're a ground taker. And this is all going somewhere because this is so important for this area and for this region. And so the Lord this morning, when I woke up and I felt the wind, and I'm walking and the wind's blowing, and the Lord begins to tell me, about everything we had just done in San Antonio. We were under a tent. We were outside in a tent. And we were with Bonnie Jones. And there were some words that Bob had released many years ago, Bob Jones. And for those of you that may not know who that is, he was a general of the faith. Amen. And when he released something, that thing would come to pass. And it was very powerful. And so I had talked to Bonnie, and I said, Bonnie, I've been wanting this CD, and I've been wanting this CD. She's like, well, here, just take it. And the CD was called The Glory Train. Yeah. And he began I went and I listened to it today, and I had never heard it before. And maybe some of you haven't here. But he began to say on there exactly what's happening in a now time. Amen. He began to talk about the wounded eagles and how there was wounded eagles in the body of Christ, that he was going to begin to come and heal the body and the eagles. And the eagles represented the prophetic, and the eagles represented the leadership. And how we had been wounded in church, and we had been wounded in four walls, and we thought that was it. And then he said, emerging out of this wounded eagle, were going to be 10 meetings that were going to begin to happen. And then after that, there was going to be house groups that were going to be emerging. Right. And I'm seeing all this in a now time. He said this years ago. Yes. And God says, bring it to a now time, because you're representing this preparation for a time such as this. And see, I don't take for granted what people before us, like her and Bob Jones and all these people, Mariah Ward with Enter, and all these people did. I don't take for granted the ground that they plowed that went before us. I come in and I say, God, show me where the ground is plowed, because wherever the ground is plowed, it's prepared. And all I have to do is just come, and I get to receive from that plowed ground. So I don't try to rewrite stuff. I come in behind the generals, and I'm like, what do you have, God? I want to get in their plowed land. I want to enter into that one that you'll receive from the and I will look it up for you, because I was about the grounds, about, fields you didn't plow, and ground you didn't, all that stuff is real, and you can receive of it if you just get out of your mind and into your spirit, and you allow your spirit to begin to show you things. And I was there, and I was saying, okay, God, well, there's this general, and there was a glory train that God showed him, and he began to talk about the eagles. And all the time we were in San Antonio, this is a Texas thing. And he started showing us these eagles. And then somebody brought me a picture, and it had an eagle, and it was wounded, and its wings were all like tore up and wounded. And I'm like, what are you saying, God? What are you saying? And there's this other bird. I was in Rio Grande Valley, and they brought me this picture, and there was another bird, and it was a Mexican eagle, supposedly what it was supposed to be. Well, I went to go look it up, and I was like, it wounded and it injured the American eagle. And I said, God, what did that even mean? And he began to show me how, when I looked up that Mexican eagle, it has nothing to do with this bird. Mind you, stay in the spirit here. Because what it was saying was that when I went to go look up that bird, it was not an eagle. It was a falcon bird that looked like an eagle. And it had wounded the American eagle. And I began to ask the Father and say, God, how could this even happen? How can people misperceive that this bird is an eagle when it's a falcon? And this American eagle is the real thing. It's the real deal. And that's the one that got wounded. That's the one that received those cuts and was laying there. And the Lord began to show me, he's like, well, that was the counterfeit. That was the counterfeit of the real, of what I have for you. And the woundedness comes because you haven't allowed me to heal you. You haven't allowed me to completely step with you. And this next season is not about wounded eagles. I know that in ministry there's all kinds of things that happen in churches and strife and brokenness and all this stuff. But we have to go higher, like the eagles are supposed to go above the storm, above all the junk, above all the chaos and all that stuff. You've got to fly above that. Because each one of you that are in here tonight, you're eagles. And you've got to learn to change your perspective and your thinking and not get caught up in that second heaven world. Because that's how we get wounded. That's how we get all caught up and we become broken. And guess what? That's when hopeless sits in. And we lay down, well, it is what it is, God. Wow. That's when he died on the cross for us. So we could just roll over wounded and say, that's all, God. It is what it is, God. He didn't raise his bride to be that way. He's coming for the bride, and he's saying, you've got to rise up during this time. You've got to rise up and begin to take ground like the generations before us took. They were determined, they were focused, and they did not stop plowing. They did not stop moving forward in what God told them to do. They were strong. I don't know about you, but when I think about my mom and the people that came before us, man, they were strong women and strong men of the faith. And they dealt with horrible stuff. I mean, they were criticized, they were made fun of, that people spit on them sometimes, and guess what? They didn't stop. Look at the Bible. Paul and Timothy are going, and Paul's an apostle. And everybody finished just slapping the apostle name on their cards. Really? When we come to the apostle, to me, it's like Paul. And Paul would go to all these different cities and towns, and he's like, come on, Timothy, we're going to go preach the word. And people were like, rejection, 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 throwing rocks, stoning them, and doing all this stuff. And we don't even have to go through that. And we can't even keep plowing and keep moving. And then he shows up, and then we're just like, oh, we're just going to be wounded eagles, God. For me, they offended me in church. They offended me here. They offended me there. And now I'm just going to walk around just wounded. And God's like, really? Because Paul and Timothy, they got stoned, and you know what they did? They did it at every chapter. Like, I didn't look to the chapter. They were like totally rejected, and they were stoned and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, man, I don't know if I can even do that in an out time. I mean, let's be real. We get offended if people don't even, if somebody doesn't say hi to us, we're offended. If they don't come and greet us or say, or smile at us, or give an invitation to their home, we're offended. We're wounded. And see, that's the eagle that has to come up higher. So Paul would come to these cities, and then he would say, dust your feet. Yeah. They would dust their feet, and they would be like, all right, we got to go to the next city, we got to go to the next town to keep ministering the word of God and speak the truth of the Spirit, and we're not going to stop until one of these days somebody's going to say, I want Jesus in my life. And they start seeing the light, they start seeing all these things. And so we can't be wounded eagles. Now is not the time for us to be wounded, feeling sorry for ourselves, getting depressed. You know, the enemy right now, he goes and he whispers his little lies, and he'll keep you depressed all day and have you in bed and not ever get up to see the light of the day. Meanwhile, you step outside and the wind's blowing. But we gotta get up. We gotta get moving. We gotta remember the generations before us, that they sacrificed, they plowed before us, they laid the ground down for us. And for me, that's enough to excite me, for me to get up every day and say, I've got kingdom business to do. I don't have time to be wounded. And you know what I say? Even when I'm wounded, let's say you're wounded right now. You say, God, come heal my wounds. Come mend every tear of this eagle's flesh. And begin to mend it and heal it, God, with your healing oils, God. You are the healer of all healers. So come heal my heart tonight, God. Come and massage my heart and begin to mend every tear that the enemy meant for me to have. And he'll come from heaven and he'll say, oh my daughter, oh my son, I was just waiting for you to invite me. I was just waiting for you to invite me so I could come in your life and I could mend the tears and I could begin to dress you the way you're supposed to be dressed. Hallelujah. Not in your rags and slave clothes, but that you would be dressed in kingly priesthood, robe and a crown. That you begin to walk in the fullness of what He's called you to do. And so Bob Jones continues, and this all happened, this last meeting we were at. This whole transition in the Spirit happened in the last meeting we're at. And I know that God sent me here to bring it to you guys. I know He did, because God, He sent us where we're supposed to go. And He says, the Lord says there, He says, and you know what happens after the eagles get healed and they're awesome and they're great again? You know what happens? They turn into roaring lions. They turn into roaring lions. And they go and they take ground. And they walk into the scene with the vision of the Lord, like He was saying, restoring vision. And they walk with the vision of the Lord and they're like, oh, this is mine. Oh, this ground is mine. Oh, that too. I'm going to go ahead and take this land and that land. And they come with purpose and destiny and no longer wounded, feeling sorry for themselves, licking their tonight to step in the fullness of His glory tonight. We have such an opportunity to step in, and it's by choice. It's by choice if you're going to sit there and stay in that place, or if you want to go on to the next season of your vision, of your purpose, and your destiny to do what God created you to do. Let me tell you, He didn't create you just to be wounded, just to be laying there, all beaten up. He took the beating already. He went through all that stuff already for each and every one of us. He had the scars. He had all of that all over His body. He took it for us. Even beating up ourselves is not an option. He's already forgiven you. So don't beat yourself up anymore. Your sins were already forgiven at the cross. He's not that kind of God. He's not a religious God. He's not religion where you have to dress a certain way, be a certain way, be 100% perfect. God, none of us are perfect. But you know what He looks at? He looks at your heart. Amen. And He said, if you just give me your heart, if you just extend your heart to me, I'll take you to places you never thought you'd go. I'll take you to go be upon people and thousands of people that you never expected to be upon. But if you give Him your heart, because that's all He wants. He's not looking for perfection. And that's when religion comes in and builds those walls. And then sometimes we help the enemy. We help to build the walls. Because we start seeing all the flaws inside of us, and we're like, well, I'm not qualified. I can't minister because I've never been to Bible school, so there goes one wall. Yeah. Well, I'm not qualified because, I said something not so good the other day. And then you build another wall. And then you build the walls, and you're helping the beavers sometimes yourself. So you have to sit there and just tell the Lord, God, I'm here to walk with you in the cool of the day. Because when Jesus came, everything that the first Adam did doesn't even matter. That's right.
Come on.
He made a mistake in the garden. But then Jesus comes and gives us back that garden. He gives us back the fullness and the fruit that He has for us. Now, are we going to eat the scraps off the floor, or are we going to eat and feast at the table with the Father? It's really up to each and every one of us what we want to do. But I promise you, your Father tonight is extending an invitation like they were earlier, and He's saying, come have a seat in my kingdom. Let's dine together tonight. Let's have a feast together tonight. And whatever you need, He's like, it's there, baby. Whatever you need. What do you need? You need comfort? Okay, here's some comfort. You need love? Let me give you a little bit of love. Yeah. What do you need? And I was hearing that thing that Bob Jones had released years ago about the glory train. And he talks about the glory. He says when you experience the glory, you'll never be the same. Amen. Because it wraps around you like a cocoon. Yeah. And when he said that, I'm like, oh my God. The cocoon to me represented the newness. What she prayed about in the beginning of service. Show us your newness, God, the new thing you want to do. We'll get wrapped up in His glory and you'll experience the newness. Because see, in the glory, you don't know what's going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen tonight. But His glory comes in. And it enters into a room, and it's like, let me follow the wind, God. Let me walk in this cool of the day with you, God. And you can shift me, you can move me, you can transform me, you can do whatever you want with me, God, as long as I'm with you. That's all that matters, that I'm with you. And you're with me, and we become one because I'm your bride. That's right. When we can get to that mindset, then all the woundedness and all the other junk and the second heaven stuff will no longer affect you. And you will have true joy of the Father that comes from heaven, that comes from the Lord, that you can dwell in every day. And you don't have to be licking your